in December. It's time for our quarterback to make some decisions of his own. It's time to play. Is it worth the hassle? Tim Hasselbeck is here with us once again this morning. Tim, is it worth the hassle for the Giants and the Steelers to wait on Aaron Rodgers?
Well, Randy, I just heard that list, and because I heard that list, yes, it is worth the hassle. Look, find me, of the quarterbacks that you just named, which quarterback is the most likely to throw nearly 30 touchdowns and probably fewer than 10 interceptions and improve the quarterback play? The reality is Aaron Rodgers out of that group. And then you factor in he's probably not due, a ton of money in terms of the contract. And then you look at the status of the coaches for both of these organizations. Some heat on both of them, and so because of it, the pressure to win is important. So believe it or not, yes, 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers for this upcoming season, worth the hassle and worth the wait.
Okay, let's look at Mel Kiper's latest mock draft 3.0. It's out on ESPN Plus. Two notable differences with his latest projection, specifically at the quarterback spot. Mel has Jackson Dart in the top 10, going 9th overall to the Saints. Shedeur Sanders back into the top 3, going 3rd overall to the New York Giants. Tim, you know that team? You know that stadium? If New York takes Sanders, is it worth the hassle to start him in week 1? Ooh.
Here's what I would say about it, Randy. If, we just got done talking about, is Aaron Rodgers going there? Look, if Aaron Rodgers is going there, no, it's not worth the hassle. But if you are, going the route of a different veteran, Joe Flacco, Jameis Winston, one of those guys, then yes, start him. Because here's the deal with Shedeur Sanders. He's been coached to play the position. He's pro ready, coming from the offense that he came from, how he's been taught. He isn't really a projection type of pick. He's more of a ready-made type of pick in terms of how ready he is to play at the next level in terms of the intelligence, the anticipation, accuracy, things like that. And so with that being the case, look, I don't think he's a wait-and-see later type of pick. I think he's hey, you draft him, go ahead and play him.
Okay. All right. Back to the QB3 on Mel's mock draft quickly. Is it worth the hassle for any team to take Jackson Dart in the top 10?
Yeah, here's my philosophy on this. Look, if you're taking a quarterback in the first round, you think he's a decade-long starter for you, maybe more. And so whether that's at 10, whether that's at 17, whether that's at 5, I don't think it matters. Like, every team would sign up for, if I draft a guy in the first round, no matter what the pick, and he's going to be a decade-long starter for me and play at a winning level, then you take him. Because if you're the Saints, yeah, you're at 9, but how far back can you get to actually get him? Can you actually get there to get him? And when do you pick next again? So, yeah, if you believe he's that guy, go ahead and take him.
It's Tim Hasselbeck, our QB1.
Mock draft out today on ESPN.com. Right now, Mel has Miami quarterback Cam Ward going 1st overall to the Titans. He threw for over 4,300 yards and 39 touchdowns last season at the U. Number 3, Mel has the Giants taking Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Sanders led the Big 12 in both passing yards and passing scores last season. And Mel also projecting the Saints to take Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart with the 9th overall pick. Dart cracking into that top 10. He threw for over 4,300 yards, 29 scores, in guiding the Rebels to a 10-3 mark last season. Now it is time to welcome in the man behind the mock himself, Mel Kiper Jr., joining the program. Mel, fantastic to see you. In your last mock, you had the Titans taking Abdul Carter out of Penn State. Why now the switch to Cam Ward going number 1 overall?
Gary, the theme here is quarterback and coach coming in together, handpicked by the coach. And Brian Callahan with Cam Ward would have his guy, who's a gunslinger. Incarnate Word, Washington State, Miami of Florida. Cam Ward had done it at 3 different programs. And in this league, it's all about the quarterback position and getting better. Does Will Levis progress? Cam Ward comes in. We talk about what's happening even in Indy with Anthony Richardson, bringing in Daniel Jones. Competition, bringing in another guy, trying to get it right at quarterback. And Brian Callahan, if he loves Cam Ward, you take him number 1. It's the league about that, certainly in the AFC, all those great quarterbacks. So I think for the Tennessee Titans, this kid got better and better, and he played really at a high level at 3 different programs.
Okay, so there's a handful of these top projected quarterbacks, and the same franchises sort of circling the waters around them. That being said, are the Giants the best fit in your eyes for Shedeur Sanders?
I think it is. I think when you look at Brian Daboll, people say, well, he's got Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a freak. He's a once-in-a-lifetime type of quarterback. So I think when you talk about in terms of his physical and athletic prowess, I think when you look at what we have right now with the Giants, quarterback issue, Shedeur Sanders at Colorado, despite getting sacked as much as he did, was at 72% completion percentage. Didn't throw many interceptions. He's a game manager. What's wrong with that? That's what Tom Brady was, the best of all time. So for Shedeur Sanders to be able to be as tough and be able to keep coming back for more, durable, despite getting hit as much as he did, Gary, I think for the New York Giants, this is the kind of guy you need to kind of turn things around. And he would be the new quarterback for the coach and handpicked by the GM. I think it'll be a good situation for Shedeur Sanders in New York.
Every single year we hear a name or two sort of creeping up the board, maybe cracking into the top 10 is sort of a surprise. Right now, that's Jackson Dart. You have him going 9th overall to the Saints. Could he, in your estimation, become the second quarterback taken in this draft?
I don't think so, because I'm a big Shedeur guy, but I guess there's people out there that feel he could. I like Jackson Dart a lot. He's been my QB3 all along. What he did at Ole Miss, was Lane at USC. What he did at Ole Miss was pretty impressive. When you talk about the ability to make all the throws, throw against his body rolling left very effectively. Needs to do a little better job of layering the football. But the underrated part is his legs. This guy can run. He's fast. He's athletic. He's tough. He can kill a defense on that third down with his legs, Gary. I think the Saints should get a new head coach, handpicks his quarterback. That's kind of the theme of the day with all three of these quarterbacks coming into the draft this year.
Mock Draft 3.0 available right now on ESPN.com. Mel Kiper Jr., nobody better than him.
All right, tonight on ESPN, the TGL semifinals continue. The Bay taking on the Atlanta Drive for the right to reach the TGL finals next week. Coverage starts tonight, 7 Eastern on ESPN.
Xin chào các bạn đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng. Và hôm nay của mình sẽ có chủ đề là con quạ. Cái đấy hôm nay mình có là con vẹt. Bây giờ mình bắt đầu làm nhé.